Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel Y.O.B. Today I'm doing a review for the film Sisu, Road to Revenge. Directed by Jelmari Hellander. Let's see who's in the cast. Stars Jeroma Tamalia, Stephen Lang, Richard Brake. Before we get started, I wanted to try out some tacos. I got these from Dos Bros. These are chicken. These are soft shell corn tortilla with brown rice, lettuce, black beans, spicy chicken, and red onions. I thought I was gonna get sauce on the side, but I didn't get any sauces. Just got some chips. Wait, I did get sauce. Oh, well, that's the thing, there's salsa, so I guess chips and salsa. I'm pretty sure I had their sauce before, it's pretty good. Got three. I might have to use some of this for the food. Oh, hopefully everyone's doing good today. Oh man. And it's snowing like crazy outside right now. Oh my god. I'm hungry. I'm a huge taco fan, man. I love tacos so much. I definitely need to start reading this book. It's just the writing is so complicated. If you guys haven't heard of this, Sinister Forces. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm doing a read along sometime. I have to read this book. It's just the words are just, gotta be like a major in literature to understand that. But yeah. So let's get started. Before we get started on our review, I'm going to try out these tacos. So try to make a mess here. See how it looks. And I think these are a little better than the ones that I got from Cilantro yesterday. I think 2 days ago. I like how fresh the corn tortilla looks, and everything looks very fresh. I mean, I still love cilantro though. I think it has a more better flavor than this, but I think the presentability of the Dos Bros' tacos is better. I still think it has a really good flavor. Let me try this. Oops. Ooh, fire. I do think it has good ingredients in this too. This is like a spicy chicken. Oh, it's spicy. I think it might be a sauce that I added on it. I don't know if you guys are into comic books. I got this comic book from a gas station. I thought it was pretty good. It's like they always have like, it's all the comics there are like volume ones. Yeah, I think the illustration in this comic book is really good. It's called Batman Dark Patterns. I'm gonna do a review for that. I'm gonna start doing reviews for comic books too. I'm trying to read more comic books. Since the movies are not good anymore. Except for the Batman. I do like the Batman. What the? Did this put the sticker on these ones? Alright. That's very filling. I'm gonna start talking about this movie. So yeah, I saw Sisu Road to Revenge. The same day I went to see Hamnet. I did see Sisu, the first one. I just saw it on streaming. I didn't see it in the theater. I wasn't really that like interested in it. But when I got a chance and got around to checking it out, I actually started liking it. I like the movie. But I do think that it has not much to chew on, honestly. I think that this kind of, it's a fun ride, but it's very simple. There's nothing to really like write home about. Get stuff on my lip. Let's just my lip. But yeah, I thought that the first one was pretty good. I think that if you just want a simple action film, it's a pretty good action movie. I wish there was just a little bit more substance to it, because I think that it's good direction in it, but I think it's just the story is lackluster. I think the direction is good, and maybe a little bit more better, you know, a little higher a budget to make the practical effects look more realistic, because sometimes it kind of look a little fake. But I don't know, it just kind of harkens back to old school action movies. So when I went to go see the second one, I was kind of a little bit more anticipating this one, because I was like hearing all the good reviews. It has a lot of good ratings. I think it has like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me check real quick. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 88 on Fandango, 3.3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. So it's getting high ratings. And when I went to go see this movie, it had a good amount of people that went out to go see it. It wasn't that many people that reserved tickets, so I thought it was gonna be like no one there. But when I got there, a lot of people. It wasn't a lot, but it was a good amount of people that were there, and I think that it has a following. Um, but after leaving the third one, I mean the second one, Sisu Road to Revenge, I felt more like I don't know, underwhelmed, and it felt like it's just kind of like a repeat. I don't know. I kind of feel like I liked the first one a little bit more, to be honest. This one, the ending kind of felt. I don't know. They don't explain how the main character is alive. The soldier, the main character that we're following. I don't know. It's a Finnish name. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like they don't explain how he survived the ending of the first movie where he was in a plane that crashed. They never explained that. There was no explanation of that, so that kind of like irritates me a little bit. And then there's a part at the end where he's fighting like the final boss kind of guy, and he's on a missile, and it's like I guess it didn't explode on impact, but he goes flying through the door. And I'm like, what? That's so unrealistic. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm gonna take another bite of this taco. Well, yeah. He's like, he goes flying through the door, and I'm just like, how the hell is the guy? I don't know. I mean, there's parts in it that I do like. It definitely had my adrenaline pumping in some segments. I do like that it kind of gets going right away. It doesn't like drag its feet. It kind of just goes 100 right away. And but I don't know. After leaving that movie, I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of underwhelmed. And because they're trying to make it like this message of like, or to try to get it across that we should feel happy that he's building his new house out of the wood, that was used to make his original house, and it's like the house that his family was in before they died during the war. And I mean, I feel like if we elaborate a little bit more on that, and there was a little bit more build up into that, it would have been more interesting. But since we don't really have any of that, it's kind of like it doesn't really resonate, and it kind of feels like it's like okay, it's just like, and I'd rather just have like just pure action film nonstop. I don't know. I just didn't really like the ending. Yeah, let me just do the bad. The bad in the film, I think that sometimes the CGI is a little noticeable, especially with the planes and the plane sequence. Even though I did like that sequence, well, be careful! I got a candle here. I was just trying to get my leg out. I think the CGI at times is a little rough. I think it's a little shallow of a story. For my taste, personally, I think I think it has a lot of potential that makes it kind of frustrating on how bare bones it is. Um, that's pretty much it with the bad, and then with the good. Um, I think that I do like the set pieces. Some of the set pieces in the movie are really cool. I think it is exciting at times. You know, it definitely reminds me of the original Mad Max series with Mel Gibson. You know, and and I think it's cool to see a old lead actor, like an older man, be a lead in a film, showing that movies don't need to necessarily have like young people lead in order for it to be a successful or engaging story. You know, I think it's as long as it's like the actor has a charisma, and which leads me into I think that the lead actor who plays the soldier that we're following, I think he's great. I think he was really I don't know his name, um, and it's cool because it's almost like a silent film because he really isn't. It's not a silent film, but the lead is like mute. Like he doesn't really say anything. You never see him say anything. He's always silent. So it's really like one of those kind of like old kung fu movies. So it's kind of like a John Wick movie, really. But honestly, I'd rather if I had to choose between a film to see, I would pick John Wick over Sisu. Honestly, it's like if I wanted to see an action movie, I'm gonna see John Wick instead because John Wick is just way more exciting and it kind of knows what it is and it's more confident in itself than Sisu. I think Sisu, I don't know if it's confused on if it wants to be like a action war drama, you know, or just a pure action, just you know, with the dressing of World War II, you know. But I don't know. I didn't really like Sisu that much. I left the movie leaving feeling kind of disappointed. Um, I'm gonna give Sisu a 2 out of 5. I think there's some stuff there that's fun, but overall for me, I feel like I got what I needed in the first one. I didn't really need a second one, and it didn't really do anything to elevate the IP really for me. So it just kind of feels like we're just spinning our wheels with this, and I'm like, it just doesn't make me want to go see another one to be honest, because it just feels like oh we're just gonna do the same thing again. It's like I really don't want to see this over and over again. It's not evolving the story. It's just kind of yeah, yeah. It just feels like they're just trying to make a new John Wick. That's really what it is, and it's like they're trying to add a little bit of a story to make it like have some sort of well, like longevity. And I mean, it's just no. It's just, and it's kind of like John Wick, really for me. Like even John Wick, in my opinion, the first one is the best one. I mean, I do like the last John Wick movie, but I still think that it's just after the first one, it's kind of like we've been kind of like, how far can you really take the story after about a hitman who seeks revenge after his dog gets killed? It kind of just gets kind of like, okay, we're stretching this extremely far, and like at a certain point, you know, the character has to die because it's kind of like, how is he just gonna survive forever? It's just like this is impossible. You know, even if he is the best, it's just like that's just it's, at a certain point it just becomes kind of like too far fetched and like okay, this is have it like ridiculous. This is like going into Austin Powers territory now. You know, it's more exciting when you feel like there's a threat to the character's life. When a character feels like he's just gonna be immune and it's just gonna be action set pieces, then it just kind of gets like okay, it looks cool, it's fun, but kind of ridiculous a little bit. You know. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for stopping by. Yeah, it's a 2.2. I don't really recommend Sisu Road of Revenge, to be honest. I found it kind of boring. Yes, there's exciting parts in it. There's parts that make me feel like it's like a Mad Max, old school Mad Max. But I just don't think that this second one. I think that if you really want to see this movie, just watch the first one, and that's it. I don't think you need to see the second one. I think the first one's good enough. Just watch the first one. The second one doesn't really do anything. It doesn't even explain how he survived. That's one of the things that kind of got me wanting to see, like, how did he survive that? You know, But they don't even explain that, and it's almost like they're like, yeah, don't worry about that. Oh shit. Whatever, still recording. Wow, it's still recording. But I'm gonna keep that in there. That's kind of funny. But yeah. Please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And shout Dos Bros Tacos. I really enjoyed these tacos. They're very filling. That's why I couldn't finish them right away. Which is a good thing. But yeah. As always, may the force be with you. Peace and out.